Hello and welcome everybody. Good to see everyone in. Just get me the comments up so we can see. Cool. We've got quite a few in the chat. Abandoned Exploring Mike, excellent. Uh, Thomas Urban Explores. Basically, just go to get your names up quick and go through it. Yeah. So cool to everyone. So if you don't shout these out, I'm just showing your names. So yeah, excellent. Tell you what, when I got up here in front of the computer from downstairs. Wow, was it warm? It was really warm. I sweating buckets. So yeah, I'm glad I've cooled down now. I have to open the windows and stuff like that. So I'm getting a bit of the draft coming through. So anyone, yeah, we've got some more people just leaving comments now. It's just jumped, so if I've missed anyone, I'm sorry about that. It's good to see everyone coming in. I did do a video and upload it yesterday, but obviously it's not going live on YouTube until Sunday. Lucky I didn't wait for the last moment because I'll show you a little clip of it in a few minutes anyway. So yeah, it's good to see everyone coming in. So excellent. Need to get rid of that red bleeding light switch, don't I? It just floats out of the way. We got Duncan Aussie in. Excellent, mate. So cool. I'll post the link so anyone wants to come up, they can do. So what have I been up to this week? Well, I've just been cracking on with work, really, and stuff like that. But yesterday, I got home from work and I just decided to go on the laptop like you do and have a look on the uh, Google Maps and stuff like that, Google Earth. So yeah, I went on there and I found something that I've been there loads of times and stuff. Well, or near it basically, and I've never noticed it. Never noticed it. So I zoomed in on the maps like you do and tried to work it out what it was, but you couldn't. It was something in the trees. So I went down yesterday to have a quick look. Just a quick reconnaissance mission sort of thing, see what it is and whether it's worth doing a video or anything like that. And yeah, it was a mission. 40 minutes walking. Yeah. Crazy times walking. Yeah. Oh, you found the link. Excellent, mate. Glad you could find the link. Yeah. If Steve Lomas comes up in the comments, I'm looking out for him because he has actually won a cap, one of the caps behind it. Like you see, there's a fair few of them I've got here, all to be won. Can't buy them. You've got to win these. Yeah. Like you see, loads of hats there, loads more in there. So yeah, if you want a cap or anything like that, like I say, you can't buy them. You can only win them on the show and stuff like that. I will tell you how Steve Lomas is one. Just let me put them away because I don't want to get dirty and stuff like that, do we? Oh, we've got our first guest in actually. So before I'll tell you how he's won it, I'll introduce our first guest. You don't need much of introduction because you probably all know he's coming on. So he did leave a message on his channel, so everyone's over. Cheers. Hello, Matt.
Oh, hello. How are you doing?
All right, not too bad.
Yeah, cool. I've got me beer. Are you having one tonight?
I've got one here, yes. Certainly.
Gallaroo, yes. Choice of champions, mate.
Yeah, I don't know whether you noticed. You used to drink that, didn't you? Or I don't know whether you still do.
I do
Uh,
if I get down to Lidl's, but if I haven't got down to Lidl's in time, I have to go to the local co-op, and
yeah.
that's when I do the old Red Stripe, cheap beer, which they charge loads for, even though it should be like 50 pence a can. So 4 cans should be, £2. Because we used to buy it. I think it's like 50 pence a can in a nightclub. So how the hell they managed to charge £4.65? I just do not know.
When was that,
You
Matt?
know,
50p a can?
yeah,
That must have been
50p
a
a
couple of
can. I
years
mean,
ago, good few years ago.
it's probably about 8 years ago, something like that. But still, in a nightclub, they just charged what it costs, like 50 pence a can.
That's really cheap. That's still even then, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, and this, see, I mean, it's a cheap drink, but I have got my orange top on, which has got skags from going out exploring on it. So, yeah,
You're forgiven, don't worry. I was just explaining how you know Steve Lowmass, don't you? On the panel, he comes not on the panel, but in the chat. You've seen his name a few times, like a yellow background and a bumblebee.
Oh, B. Devon, that's about the only one I know. Steve Lomas, I'm not too sure.
No, well, you've probably seen him in that, but yeah. Basically, what I done a video last Sunday, released it, and it's a tunnel that I went to many times before and never filmed it. So I bought a new torch and went down to test it, and just thought I'd film the tunnel as well and done that. But I left out the name of the place. I did say in the video I do know the name of it, but not saying. And he was the first person who left the name of the place in the comments. So he's actually won one of them hats. So cool, and Steve, yeah. When you sat in the background waiting, I was just saying you can't buy them hats, and you've got to win them basically, and I'm going to give them all away. I've gave Exploring Carl one, but obviously we're a bit closer here. Obviously, he got me into YouTube, so why not? He asked for one. I could say no, bog off, can I?
Well, you could try it. You could try it. You could say, well, 500 quid, please, mate. Yeah. See whether he bites.
Too late now. I gave him one. Yeah.
Oh, it's good to be back on after a little hiatus.
Aye, don't worry about
that.
Yeah, so I was just saying about me going out yesterday doing a bit of Google Maps Earth, and I found a place not too far away. And I've been to the place itself loads of times, but just past there's something that caught my eye in the trees, and I went down yesterday to do a quick reconnaissance, and I just thought, film it, why not, while we're here. Yeah, it took us 40 minutes to walk from the car to it though. Yeah. And then when we was walking to it, like I say, it's in the trees, and we had to go across someone's land. And the guy was stood there in his garden. We didn't know at the time. We just went straight down the side of his house. And then he was at the back there. We just carried on going, jumped over the next fence and carried on going, and just carried on going. I turned around just to see if anyone's there, and this guy's just looking at us like that. And then, he went disappeared for a bit, and we was carry on going, walking, and he started coming after us, walking after us. So we just kept on going and lost him eventually. He did carry on walking though. About 2 fields he came up to, and we thought, I wonder if this thing we're going to is something to do with him. Know what I mean? Because it might be on his land or whatever.
Right.
So we was walking across the field. It was over there in the trees. So we headed the opposite direction. So we didn't think we was going to that, even if it was his. Know what I mean? Just from off the scent. So we got past some more trees and then circle back on ourselves. And yeah, it was a bit overgrown. Them bushes with the big spikes on, and thorns and nettles. Yeah. Crazy. So like you're saying, I've done the video last night. I was uploading it, and it loaded in really quick time. I thought that's a bit unusual because it takes a bit longer than that normally. Just try and show you something. I don't want to show you too much, if you know what I mean. That's why.
Hey, Dinkum.
Yeah. Basically, it uploaded so quick because it just froze halfway through uploading. Or I'll show you the video now. I'll share the screen and show you. Sorry that I can't see anyone in the chat at the moment. I'm just trying to show you this thing here. What happened? Share. Add to screen. Click that one. That's the one. And basically, like you see in the name there, it's called the Abandoned Gamekeeper's Hideout.
Right.
Oh, wow. There's a big drop here. Big drop. And that's it now. The rest of the video, it just went like that.
Oh.
Then it went blank halfway through or whatever afterwards. So that was a no-no. We had to redo that basically.
Yeah. I've never seen one that goes black like that unless you rendered it like that and it was the file in the file went blank, you know, but like uploading it, normally if it doesn't complete the upload, it just says, sorry, mate, hasn't completed the upload. So that's weird, that is. I've never seen that before.
No. Yeah, like you say, if it doesn't upload it normally, it just says uploading forever, and it never does. But I don't know what happened there, like you say. It's uploaded it, and when I went to watch it last night, it just went, no, you can't see that. So gutted. So I thought, right, it's at this. I re-uploaded it and went to bed while it was uploading. Oh, Barry's just came in. Excellent. It's good to see you, mate.
Barry. Taffy. Kernow.
Yeah, he was up in there
Natalie,
before.
Lucy Alice.
There's a few people that I've missed as well.
Bucharest.
Oh, was Bucharest in there as well?
Yeah. And you called, what do you call him?
Dinkum.
Yes, there we go. You said it right this time. You said something really weird earlier, like Donkum or Donald or something. I was like, what?
Yeah. You know me, I'm getting names mixed up, but wrong. But yeah.
That's it. Try this one then. Try the Elizabeth one. Elizabeth.
Oh, I can't. That's why I just go like that.
Try that one. Yeah, Elizabeth. Korzeniuska.
Elizabeth Allen. I think that's how you pronounce that one.
Yeah, different one though. Elizabeth Korzeniuska.
Oh, where's that one?
Yeah, a couple above it, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether that's correct, but that's the best I can do. Tell me if I'm close.
I can't find the one. I'm looking at probably a different message.
I know sometimes like those names they don't say all they sort of like they abbreviated like Koninska or something, you know. It's like, but when you read it, it's like much more complicated. But I suppose if you actually attempt each syllable, then it might sound a little bit like that. But
yeah. So like I say, I bought a new torch. This one I've got now is the same one as my old one. Remember my old one, Matt? We went to the Green Fort, like the beam distance one where it shoots the beam. I've got like the same one, but which is a flood now. So Look, I'll give you a quick show you.
Mm.
That's my original one with just one LED in, and I've got this big bad boy next to it.
Bloody hell. Is that a thrower or a wide?
It's a flood, a wide one.
Flood.
This
That's
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're better overall, because I took a big thrower out the other night, shining it down a tunnel. But the thing is, all you see is just a beam of light going down. You don't see what's around it, so it's kind of distracting, because it's just like a bloody lightsaber going around the screen all the time. So I prefer wide ones myself.
And when you like shining it down the tunnel, like you say, the tunnel goes on so far, and obviously your beam thrower is a thrower. And does it seem weird when you can snap it right down the middle and it's just dark? You see a dark spot. You know it's a long way in front, don't you, when you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I might have a better picture I can stick on now of something that might be more relevant. I don't know. Let's have a look. What about... Oh, you can't see it because it's all... Yeah, let's try a different one.
No, I've not got a car yet, mate.
There we are, look. So it's more like yours now. So we're in, water things. Remember, I swore to you. I said I won't do those sorts of things like you're doing, because it's too risky, because you just don't know when they're going to open the sluices. But with this one, because we actually knew that realistically, this was what was sending the water down. So there weren't really sluices. It was all overflow from sewage, or it was water that was trickling in from this. So not quite so bad. But the danger was when the sea level goes up 13 meters, but the river level is probably from about, I don't know, 9 meters to 14 meters. So it goes up about 4 meters, but still that last 4 meters is over your head height in that tunnel. So if you keep walking up and up and up, because it's a very slight incline as it goes up out of town, you get past the point where even if the tide came in fully high, it would still not be at your feet, so it would be down the tunnel. But as long as but I mean, it comes in so quick that if you were down the bottom of the tunnel and it just started to come in,
you get washed up the tunnel.
You'd get washed up the tunnel. Yeah, exactly.
Suppose the danger is when it's coming out, you get washed out to the side, wouldn't you? Or is the bars there where it goes out? There's like a grid there or something, so you might get drowned against the grid with all the water behind you.
So Elizabeth Kozeniuska.
There's the name.
That's me trying to put posh, but it's Kozeniuska. Yeah, trying to put all the in there. She said I nearly got it right, so not bad for a first attempt.
Yeah, not
and
too
she was
bad.
Born in London, though, she says. It's a Polish name.
Yeah, definitely.
So very interesting place, though, because it was absolutely humongous. I don't know what did you watch how big it was? How far we walked?
Yeah, I did. I was watching it while I was cooking my tea and stuff as well, so I was in and out of the chat. Yeah. But I did notice you picked up a few lessons about them chains or what they were for and stuff. Because when I went down, when it went down the first time, I did not know what they were until the flood came and nearly got bleeding flushed away. Then as we realised watching the video back what they were for, so it's like if you do fall down, there's a chain to grab hold of. And on the tunnel I was, they had the metal foot rings next to it, so you could grab them and pull yourself out. Then up to the main stairs, to get out.
Yeah.
But then again, like you say, the grids sometimes are screwed down with like a big Allen bolt or something from the outside.
Yeah, screwed down or just way too heavy. I mean, it took two of us, and it was because it was actually stuck. It took quite a bit of effort to actually sort of like ease it, and then it was like right then, and you had to put every ounce of energy, and it was like, you know, real sort of nasty piece of work. So they're made heavy to stop people trying to get in them.
Yeah. And have you noticed as well, Matt, when you first go in, there's a few flies near the entrance. But if you carry on going further down, the flies just disappear, don't they?
And all the spiders, because the spiders are there because of the flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always seem to be, you know, near the bits where there's air. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Eels as well. You've seen eels down there like we did. Obviously, I'm not talking about the same place where Matt just did, but this is a different place. And eels, fish, toads, and frogs were down there, weren't they? When we
I
went.
couldn't believe how fast these things wriggled faster than my hand can shake. You know, I mean, they were literally like little machines, and they were keeping, the water was like rushing down, and these things were just like keeping level. So the water was going past them, but they were staying level with where they wanted to be. They could get up the stream basically. It was crazy.
Oh no, that video it just ended. That video was showing you. End screens on there. The sound, logo. So don't know what happened there.
Sorry.
Like most of it just didn't render up proper. Yeah.
Dazzy says he never got a notification. It's quite common for people to not get notifications, mate. It's and a lot of people get unsubscribed from channels these days. You know, they go on and they have a look and they're not subscribed and their bell icon isn't ticked, so they don't get notified. YouTube just sort of do that from time to time. They just go, "Ooh, we'll just sort of unsubscribe you. Hope you don't mind." You know, great.
Yeah.
It does happen. Yeah, so just trying to think what sort of stuff's been going on. My dog had a funny little turn earlier on. Oh, he's looking for something.
Yeah.
Buzzy thing.
No.
Spooky thing. Ghost.
Got workers in to do fit a new roof on the house, yeah. And I've got a strip light here, and it's about to fall off. I just noticed it's not shining down like it is. It's just on its side on the last up. It's supposed to be up on both sides.
Oh dear.
Oh shite, that's no good.
What the hell are you on about, Glyn? Jesus.
Just give me a second, Matt, please.
All right. Well, this is what you came here for, folks. This is a quality entertainment on tap. So yeah, wait for him to get his headphones on. Yeah, my dog just had a funny turn. It's the first time I've ever seen my dog have a funny turn.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I was throwing the ball for her, and she likes running around chasing the ball, but then she was going like really sort of like ventilating, and then all of a sudden, like her back leg started to sort of like wander off, you know, like as if, and then one leg went down, and then she sort of got herself back up, but sort of like stumbled a little bit, and then she just like put herself down on the ground. She was just like, "No, I'm going down on the ground. I need to rest," you know. So she put herself down on the ground, and I just gave her 5 minutes to recover. I think, you know,
When was that today?
Just now, but the thing is, the sun's down, so I normally like to take her out at night because of the, you know, it's actually a lot cooler, so it shouldn't really be heat stroke. Dizzy spell, yeah. So unless she had a pain in her back that caused her to like go, you know, like a pain, maybe she twisted her back or something, or she just had a dizzy spell, like, you know, which is, So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Thing is, it's
remember.
not too bad in here because I've got an air conditioner and the cold goes downstairs, so it's quite cold. She's actually quite lucky, really, in this place. Yeah.
I remember taking my dog for a walk, not the one I've got now, the previous one.
Yeah.
And we didn't go far. We went about 5 minutes walk from here, basically. And on the way back, he just decided, no, not having it. It was a warm day though, uh, but obviously I walked a hell of a long distance with him before, and this weren't even long. Like I say, it was about 5 minutes away, and I just could see him that he gave up. So I went to the shop, which is about round the corner, just near the corner. He wouldn't move at all. Lucky enough, he was in the shade, just taking it easy. Just overeated. I bought a bottle of water and asked him for a plastic bag so I could pour the water in the plastic bag and gave it the dog that way. And yeah, he recovered after 5 minutes and got home and just turned the fan on him. But yeah, it can affect dogs quite bad, the heat at times.
Yeah.
But like you say, today it's been hotter where you were, I take it, during the day, and it is now.
Yeah, I will. I'll check see if she's got any ticks on her. But I mean, I do sort of like stroke her, and I tend to feel like little splinters that have got into her fur and things like that. But I'll check her out, make sure she hasn't got anything. But the thing is, I've been saying for a while to myself, like, she's getting on, and she does like to run around, and she's runs around like a little kid, and yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose it may be her body sort of saying, yeah, sounds like a heart murmur. Yeah, it might be, but I'll monitor it. But I might take it to the vet and sort of like, they'll probably take her bloods and make sure there's nothing gone wrong. So
How old is she?
yeah, Steve, actually, funnily enough, I only just put front line on her the other day. I only put it on her like about a fortnight ago. So, I think she should be okay. Yeah, mini stroke. I bloody hope not. Yeah.
How old is she, Matt?
She's got to be 11, maybe more than that. I can go and have a look actually, because I'm so bad with even my own bloody age at sometimes. I'll have to go and check and find out. Yeah, I'll take it to the vet. I will. I've got to go and get a COVID check tomorrow because I'm going in for an operation myself. So what I'll do is I'll take her to the vet tomorrow afternoon, and I'll just say she's had a little wobble. So I want to make sure she's all right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because I mean, it could be a heart thing. They'll check the heart. They'll probably take some blood, check her bloods, make sure that she's not got anything wrong with her liver or whatever. So yeah.
They can do that these days, can't they? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you say, the vets have got a lot better. So NHS and health service itself, but because doctors and that working on us, then they look at the animals and see if they can do the same type of treatments to the animals as well. So yeah, it benefits everyone, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna I always take the dog to the vet, to be honest, because it plays on my mind otherwise, and it's not fair. She's well looked after in that respect, and whenever there's been any like I've just had the slightest like, ooh, is she just like a lot less than this? I take the dog to the vet for a hell of a lot less than what I saw today.
Yeah,
But
it does
yeah.
get you worried though, know what I mean? Because part of the family at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Thing is, I mean, I drive her to the park, so she'd had water and gone to the park. It might be that she'd got out of the car with the heat in the car as well, because like the car is really hot. I open the windows, but it's like it blows cold air in, but it's like that initial like hot, maybe it was something to do with that. But
She's like you
I
say, she's may have been hot all day, like you say, quite a hot temperature, like
yeah.
hotter than normal. And yeah, it's gone cool now, but when you've walked it about, that might just push her body temperature a little bit higher.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on her, but she is getting on in her dog years. So, but they're very healthy. This is the thing: is like when my previous one sort of went, she went downhill very fast because they're quite healthy dogs. So they don't sort of get old and doddery. They kind of just go boomp like that, you know. So she will be in her 70s, yeah. Mm. And the funny
Yeah,
thing is, as well, she's jumped on the bed last couple of nights. So I don't know whether she's had a funny turn or something, and then she's like, she wanted to be like much close. You know, she's quite a solitary dog, really. I mean, she'll jump up the bed if I've got food or a treat, and she's done it like recently. So I think she's not been herself, because for her to want to be close to you like that, it's like as if she's had a bit of a, you know, like something shook her up. But there we are. Yeah.
yeah.
So you know their strange behaviors, and she's done it like the last couple of nights. Like, you know, I can stand there, or I could be on the bed. I go, come on, come on, come on, come on, and she's like, no, you ain't got no treats. I'm not coming on the bed. And it's like, so it's like, come on, please, come on, come on. You know, making a fuss of her, stroking her. The moment you stop stroking her, she's like, bye. And it's like, okay. But she comes up and mooches around. She always has a sniff under my table. She always thinks there's going to be something under my table for some reason. So she goes and sniffs under the table. And then she will lie beside the bed. You know, so she won't jump on the bed, but she'll lie beside the bed. I think that's like she doesn't like being woken up. But like I say, last couple of nights, she's decided to jump on the bed, which is unusual. So I don't know whether she's not feeling herself.
Yeah. That's it. You can tell, like you say, the behaviour of the dogs, if it's not normal. Like, for instance, one day I came downstairs from bedroom. My dog always jumps up and comes over to me. But that one day he didn't. And he's like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, it's something serious. It gets you worried, even though it's just a little minor thing that they've not
Yeah.
done, even though they might have just been lazy, you know what I mean, that day or that time, and just thought, yeah. But it was like, what's wrong with you? I hope everything's all right and stuff like that, because you don't notice all the little bits and bobs.
Yeah, they're very much creatures of habit. So you notice when they do something that's not normal, you go like, hang on, because like my dog is very, very, you know, always behaves the same. Like, you know, comes out of the back garden and like stands there, just looks at me, and I can say, "Coming in, come on in," and she just looks at me until I say the word treat. And once I say that, then she finishes the last part of the journey, because it's like she's not coming unless, you know, there's a contract there that she's going to get that when she comes in. She's like, no, you know. So yeah.
I have to sometimes bribe my dog as well to get in or out of places. They're not daft, are they?
No. She's like, I'm
Yeah.
here, but I want to hear the words. Until I hear the words, I'm not coming. So okay, fair enough, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. They get their own personality and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll go and get a beer, right? And I will dig out her original documents, and I'll tell you how old she is, because I need to remember myself. So, because it's like she could be 12, you know, but I think she's more like 11, but I could be wrong. I'll go and find out now.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, see you in a sec.
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, I've got some hats there at the moment. I've got other merch coming in and stuff for just to win, basically. You can't buy it. It's all going to be given away anyway. So, yeah. Steve Lomas was the first one to win a prize. I didn't tell anyone there was a competition. Basically, he done a video and didn't mention the location. It says I do know the name of the location, but I'm not putting it. And for obvious reasons, see whether someone does mention it, and someone did, and so he got a prize for that. He was the only one who picked it up. So he's what got one of the caps, the Urban Legend cap. pretty cool, I think. I've seen someone leave a comment before about always take a bottle of water with you when you with your dog. Yeah. The time I talking about before when I went basically to my kids' houses, it's not too far away, like I say, 5-10 minutes walk. He's done it hundreds of times, so you didn't think he'd need water. But obviously it was a bit too hot, and they know better when to stop walking, you know. Yeah. Yeah, 10 or 11. Yeah, so I'm happy with my new torch. My normal torch that I've or my floodlight that I normally use, that's gave up the ghost. I threw it in the bin, and yeah, it's no good. It just popped straight away. Basically, you plug it into charge. It's saying charging for about a minute. Then it's saying fully charged, and you know for a fact it's not. So you unplug the charger, turn it on, comes on bright for a second, then just goes off. So it's the battery pack inside, and you have to get rid of it basically. Well, we're not talking about animal testing unless that's someone in the chat. Please hit the like button, yeah. Exactly. We forget about that. We don't have fur and stuff like that, and if we do have a jacket on or a jumper or something, we can take it off, like the dogs and animals and cats and whatever. Yeah, I think it's even fish. They can even get affected by the heat when the water gets warm because there's no oxygen circulating. So, yeah. So, Adrian again saying hello. I'm sure, yeah, he was in before. I said hello. Yeah, there's no water circulating, so there's no air in the water, and the fish start dying. I've noticed that quite a lot when it's hot and stuff, especially on ponds and stuff like that. Because I used to do a lot of fishing, talking about 10 years ago now. And when it came in summertime, you used to see all the dead fishes floating. We even had the fire brigade just pumping the water in with the big hoses to try and keep the fish alive, get some air in the water. Nice to see everyone coming in. Excellent. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. So, pretty cool. Yep. So, what I've got coming up this week, I don't know. I'm still looking for a car. I've had an accident in my car, so yeah, I'm off the road at the moment. I did manage to get out yesterday, like I say, after work to do a location. So I've got a video coming up this week. Like you've all probably seen, it frozen when you were uploading it last night. So uploading it again, it's gone through. Watched it through. It's all right. So
sorry that took so long. I
good.
found all my old dog records. You know, so yeah.
Well, all your other dog records are just.
Yeah, I think this is kind of saying that in 2012, right? She was born in 2012, and when I had the last vaccination, she was 9 years old, and that was in 2021. Do you need to get that?
I think it's just a message that.
Oh, right, okay. 9 years old in 2021 and 8th of 2021. We're practically there now. So 10 years old in 2022. That's 2012. Yeah, 10 years old. So she is 10 years old. Oh, shit. There's me going like, oh, she's probably 11 by now. But like, you know, that's just defective thinking. No, she's 10 years old. She should have a few, you know, they kind of say if they've been worked, as in like raced and pulling sleds.
Sorry.
That's right.
Leave a message.
But if they haven't been hard worked, they can live till about 13 years of age. So, yeah. There we are. Kerno, his cat passed away recently. Sorry to hear that, mate. Cats live longer than a lot of dogs, really, don't they? I mean, we had a Labrador once that lived till 18, which is like, that's that's good going for a bloody Labrador. So, yeah.
Oh, that who it is. Can do if you want. It's pinned up there. Yeah. Oh, we've got Mr. John.
Hey. BBS got to go. What does BBS mean? Where's be back soon. Be back soon. I think that really means, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Who was it said they had I can't remember who it was. I heard somebody the other day and they said they've got a dog and it was 23.
Yeah, my neighbour's got one over there. That's ancient as well. It's going about 16, 17 years.
It wasn't a dog. It was Ryan Stannard's cat was 23.
Well, that's quite low, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, so I'm just trying to think. I've still got another video to come out, which is a good one. I've got Kevin Coyd Asylum, but I've been concentrating each day. I've been trying to allocate a little time each day, to get my head around this court stuff. We're nearly there now. Nearly there. But it's just need to do it every day.
Yeah. That's it. It's getting through it all. It's just a drag at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there we are. Captain Caveman says his Malamute is 13 now, still thinks he's a puppy at times. Oh, that's good. Nice to know that they're doing well.
I have pinned my link, haven't I, on the thing?
Yeah, Steve Ellis has checked out Kevin Coyd, but he couldn't get in. He's gonna go. He's gonna go.
Me alarm for some reason.
Oh, right.
What's that doing? It shouldn't be on that this time. Not a clue. I'm going to make sure that's off again now. Set every Tuesday at this time.
Wow. Bucharest, a small ex-street dog, Bob, 18. He's a Pekingese. Wow. That's nice. Yeah, there's a lot of trouble, like, in foreign countries where you just have like gangs of street dogs, isn't it? Just running around and they get into all sorts of states and end up having to have like people take them to the vet because they've got run over or they've got mange and various things, and it's really sad. It's really sad that see all these dogs running around and not being looked after until something really bad happens, and then somebody goes, oh, they either, well, the score, don't you? But I watch a lot of videos like that on YouTube, and they're it's sad. It's heart-wrenching, really, seeing all that sort of going on.
Certainly is. Saying that, back over here, I think the 80s, when I was young and as a kid and stuff like that, used to always get dogs just walking about the street, but weren't homeless dogs. They were just street dogs that people bought and let out in the street, and they could come back and feed them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's how our first dog. I met him on the streets, and then I followed him back and realized that he went, like, at night he was let back into his house, and then but was kept in a back garden shed, like a terrible shed that had a concrete floor and there was no bed in there, and it was just like, really, you know. And then basically every time I went to visit my gran, I would go down this laneway, and the dog would be sort of like sniffing by the, be like, "Oh my god, it's you, you know." And it's like, that's how I got to meet our first dog. And when the owner became ill, I said, "Yeah, let's have this dog." And the parents were like, "Oh no, no, no," and we did have it in the end. I made sure of it. It kissed my fucking ass. Of course, we're having a dog. I'm not going to let the fucking dog go. Like, it was a brilliant dog, but it was a very independent dog. And any chance it got, if it could sneak around a corner and get away from you, it'd be like, "Right, I'm off. I'm going to go and explore around, you know, all the places I know." And it would be like, "Oh shit, you know, we can't go home tonight now because it's like, where's the dog?" And then suddenly, boom, there you'd be on the doorstep. You'd be like, "I'm back now," and it's like, "You little bastard, where have you been?" Any chance to get away from you, you know, like you'd be out for a walk and you have to keep an eye on him because he'd be like, you know, he'd be sort of like dawdling behind and pretending, looking at you. And, "Yeah, you can't see me, right? I'll just duck down and creep away now." You know, it's like, you can't see me.
Aye.
And you know, we used to live on a cliff, and this cliff, like a big steep sort of like thing down to the seaside. And we'd take the dog down to the beach. He would be swimming for hours, and people would throw in balls, and he wouldn't come out of the water. He'd just be swimming around in the water, doing circles like that. And you go, come on," and he wouldn't come. Sometimes, if you were lucky, as you're walking halfway back up the shingles to get out, you know, he'd come. But a lot of the time, you'd have to just give up. You'd have to give up, and you'd be walking halfway back up the hill like that, and then there he'd be. Then boom, there he'd be. He'd be like, but you'd be halfway home before he would come out of the water. He would like, "Oh, you've gone, you've left me." Okay. And then he would make his way, you know, he would come. But determined to be in the water, and you couldn't get him out. That's it. Amazing dog. Yeah. First dog that was. Wallace, his name was.
Yeah, this one I've got now don't like water at all. It stays away from it. Where the one before it, he didn't mind the water as long as he could feel the bottom. But as soon as his feet started going like that, he's turning back and heading back to shore. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the road from where we used to live, when we first moved in there was a dog outside this old, like the old 40s house, like the 1940s style door, sat outside, and we always thought it was his dog when we first moved down there. Everyone did. And we just got chatting in and stuff, and we find out it wasn't his dog. And if this dog has a fight or anything like that, or anyone comes knocking on the door saying, "Oh, your dog's attacked my dog," or "Your dog's been humping my dog," and all that, he turns down to him and says, "It's not my dog. It's them around the corner you need to speak to," and then just ignores him. I suppose that's one way of dealing with it. But yeah, we always thought it was his until we heard one argument, like say. Fair enough, the guy. What could he say?
Explore Norfolk sums it up. He says his dog used to take himself out for a walk. He'd be looking all over for him, and then he couldn't find him. But he'd find out that his paws would be covered in sand. So he walked the old rail lines to the beach, and everywhere that he took him. So everywhere he knew how to go, he would go and walk there by himself. But the trouble is, once or twice, our dog got confused and got lost. And then he was taken to the pound, and then they said, "Oh, we think we got your dog here." And it's like, yeah, because instead of going that away, he'd gone that away down the valley and confused himself. But you know, so they don't always get it right. But
yeah, we've had our dog disappear when we was kids and stuff. And like you say, we went looking for it, can't find it. And next thing, when it wants to come home, or you hear a bark or whimpering at the door, you open the door and it's there waiting to come in. You're like, "You little twat." You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to laugh how they find their way around. You know, mine, the Labrador was safe on the roads because he knew to walk down the pavements, and whenever a Land Rover came past, he could tell by the sound of it and the sight of it, and he would go, "Arr!" He didn't like a Land Rover for some reason, so I don't know whether he'd been hit by a Land Rover or somebody in a Land Rover was bad to him once, but he knew Land Rovers and he didn't like them. So yeah, classic. And he used to go to the pubs. He'd go from pub to pub to pub, and people would give him water. But some people would give him a bit of alcohol in the in the bowl. So he's a right bastard. Yeah.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah, that's like a cat, really, isn't it? It goes to like everyone's house and gets bits and bobs from every other people.
Yeah.
Then when it's happy,
Yeah.
it returns home for a nice feed again.
Yeah. But he really did want to have like a proper home, because once he met me, and I used to take him for proper walks, and we used to make a fuss of him, and he knew where my grand's house was. That was it. Then he would be at the back door, then he would go to the front door, then the back door, then the front door, and until she came out, and then he would be like beside her walking, like when she went down to the shops. And she used to say to me, she used to say, this bloody dog that you befriended, it won't leave me alone. I tried to sneak out the back, and if I sneak out the back, I'll get halfway down the road and he'll be beside me. And it's like he's like looking for me all the time, and he's looking for me because he's looking for you. And I was like, yeah, so we should have him then. And like, no. I was like, no, that dog wants to be with us. I'm sorry. And he was like, nope, 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 nope. And it was like, yeah, we had him in the end, though. That's it.
Nice to see you in, Amanda. Cool. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, somebody asked how is the dog. She's fine. You can tell she's all right because she's quite settled now. Her breathing is not like, I think it has been hot, for the dog recently because she's been like, been panting, but it's probably the heat. She'd actually be better off up here because it's cooler, because the air conditioner is on at the moment. So actually here is a bit cooler than downstairs, but she don't know that. She's just like, I'll be on the stone cold floor downstairs. That's her place. That's what she likes.
Yeah, you mentioned about your operation, your stones again.
Yeah,
it's been a long time before it all happened, and that's why I've not heard anything.
I can't remember now how many operations I've had. I've had the first one was a stent, second, third, fourth. This might be my fourth or fifth, and this is the final one now, depending on what they see in there. Hopefully, it should be the final cleanup. But
what are they doing? Taking bits of stone out every time.
Every time, yeah. The worst bits were my pipes were blocked. So I wasn't urinating. It was all my piss was hanging on in my kidneys, and it was festering and getting infected. So basically, they took out the worst stone, and then that released a lot of problems. They took out the second stone. Then they went in and did like a cleanup job and a few more stones because there were more stones. And this is the final one now. They're just basically going around everywhere they can and cleaning up the stones. So, yeah. But it's been a lot better. I mean, I've felt so much better, and I can actually wear a belt again now because I couldn't wear a belt around my waist because the pain of having the tightness around my waist with whatever it was causing irritation, and I've been able to wear a belt. So this time it should be even better. It should be really nice when I've had this work done. So yeah, and I had sepsis as well because of it. So. Yeah.
There's a thing there from Craig. Do you know him? Message to you.
A class. Yeah. Well, let me know email it. Obviously, don't blurt it out on you because otherwise, as you know, we don't like to go to places if we know there's going to be loads of other people turning up. So yeah, let us know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a funny little turn, really, with a dog. I don't know what went on there. Then could have been arthritis or a little bit of back pain, But she lay down. She knew, like, I've had to get swallow this. This is too much. But she was panting, like as if out of breath. So yeah, it's probably nothing too serious. But she's she's probably not able to handle that heat as well as she used to. So We have to take it easy. And of course, I throw the ball for her as well, you know. So if she's not doing very well, I'll have to maybe restrict some of that so she doesn't run around so crazy. And it'll probably be better for her. And, you know, she just goes for a little stroll around rather than a run around. So.
Yeah. No sounds. Ah, right. Yeah, I know what she's going about. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I've had it for years. I've had stones for years. I've actually managed to pass some of them naturally, but I think I've always been left with ones behind, and I think they've been kind of building up to the crescendo, you know. And I've literally had, I swear I've had this problem for like 10 years, and I've had UTI, and you know, then it just basically went like, right, now you're blocked. That's it. You know, sepsis, get into hospital, otherwise you're dead. And that was it.
The Wirral, not the Wirral. I've been to Liverpool, unless you call Wirral as Liverpool, I'm not too sure. Been around Woolton, round there, and I've also been to where the air raid shelters are on the ground, where the Woolworths were, Littlewoods. That's it, Littlewoods coupons were made and processed. Went there as well. Done a few places, not many over that way yet. You done the finger rooms, didn't you? The Kennedy rooms. That's over Liverpool way.
That's right, yeah. The Kennedy, it's the Irish Centre, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all being gutted out. Yeah, I do. I let Angel out throughout the night, you know. I do. If I get up, I let the dog out. So she goes out about 4 times a night, and a minimum of 2 times a night, you know. So yeah. It has been hot.
I'm trying to keep my dog in while it's hot, but he loves to lie there in the sun. So let him out for 5 minutes and tell him to come back in then, because the house is a lot cooler because the shade, and obviously we've got the curtains closed and it reflects the sun and the heat.
Yeah. I've got a video I'm going to stick up of me when I met Buzz Aldrin on the Big Breakfast. Somebody sent me a video, which I haven't seen in years, from 1996 on the Big Breakfast. And they invited me on, even though I said, this is not really my subject matter. I said, I'm into UFOs. And they said, oh, we need somebody who can come and talk about whether they went to the moon or not. And I said, well, it's not really I believe they went to the moon. They were like, oh, come on anyway. I came on there and they pulled a bit of a stunt because they were like chatting to me about it. And I said, well, look, there are photos where the shadows are wrong and they've been airbrushed and things like that. And I was talking about some of those sorts of things. And then they went, oh, well, we've got somebody who'll disagree with you on this. Meet Mr. Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon. And I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one who punched someone for saying he didn't go into the moon? Yeah.
I mean, you know, I actually said to him, I said, I do believe you went to the moon, but I believe that they've airbrushed the photos. You know, I believe that there's some evidence that there's been tampering with the photos, but that doesn't mean you didn't go. It just means they're buggering about with the photos. But he wasn't very happy with it, and he wouldn't shake my hand either.
No.
So, no. Dr. Aldrin was not happy.
I take it that's that clip you sent us, that picture. And I went, oh, that's you.
That's me with hair, yeah, looking a bit younger and much thicker eyebrows. I've started shaving them off because I realized, I looked at myself and I look like somebody's got a magic marker and just gone all across my face with bloody eyebrows, like right round the ear almost, you know. It's like, Jesus. So I shave them off these days.
You must have been in your 20s, I'd say, there.
Well, I'm 50 odd now, and that was 1996. So if anyone wants to do the maths, yeah. I'm 92 now. Fuck you. No, sorry. No, Buzz Aldrin probably, yeah. So yeah, 2022 minus
Look, ALW in there.
1996 is 26
Cool.
years ago, and I'm 50 now. Minus 26 equals 24 years of age I was when that was done. Yeah.
Mid-20s, yeah.
Mm.
On that picture, though, you had quite short hair, but I've actually seen you with long hair. Was that before that or after that?
Yeah, it was quite sort of like fuzzed out as well, like, you know. Yeah.
Was that before then, would you say, when you're younger with the long hair?
I didn't have long hair till after that.
Till
Because
after that?
I let it grow out, and I let it grow down after that. But when I was working in I worked for Customs and Excise for a bit. I had a slightly more sort of standardized hair, to fit in a bit. But yeah, waste of time that was, trying to fit in with that lot. Ugh.
One of them ones, either be in the club or you're not. One of them ones, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I wasn't boring enough to be in the club, sadly. Yeah. Yeah. Did I go back to the Croydon Clock Tower to look for the bunker? Well, the trouble was there that I'd have to do a lot of research into that one, because the building that it was under was knocked down. So I don't know about the clock tower itself, but I think it's possible that there might be something down there. We could look into it, actually, but yeah, I should do, really. But that was the idea behind meeting certain people that now I consider like, oh my God, why do they ever contact these arseholes? Because that was the reason I contacted some of these lift persons, because I wanted to get somebody to get me down to those sorts of areas. And yeah, I regret the day I ever met some of those. But if I hadn't have met some of those, I wouldn't have met Jordan as well. So I can't say that completely. But yeah.
Bleeding hell, Martin Zado's out of Manchester.
He was
Did
at
he got?
Stonehenge. Well,
Must have got.
isn't it the
He must have got
solstice?
lost.
Isn't it the solstice today?
Someone said it was yesterday. Someone said it's today.
Yeah,
And I heard it's the
Tuesday.
weekend, Tuesday.
Tuesday. So that might mean it was yesterday night into today, but solstice was at 10:30 in the morning. So it's probably gone now. But you know what? They're such bastards. If nobody's ever experienced it, right? I mean, round here we've got a much bigger stone thing called Avebury, and people come there, and it's so massive that people can just mill around, and it's not a problem. But the locals and the authority, more the authority, the council, right? They put up, like about 10 miles of road cones on the road, like, don't park on these roads, otherwise we will tow you. And they do, and they're ruthless. They're ruthless. And it's like £300 to get your car back, £300. So you're in the middle of the countryside. You don't know where you are. There's no taxis. There's no buses. But you're in the middle of nowhere. And they take your car, and then they go, what are you going to do about that then? £300, please. Thank you. And it's just like, and they do it. It's like hundreds of cars. I mean, they might like have about 500 cars they'll take,
Bleeding
and
hell.
yeah, and this year is particularly bad as well, because there's a place called the Ridgeway, which is a track, and normally, right, people will put their, mobile homes and things up there, and there's like a little sort of like a community atmosphere. It's quite nice. It's all very happy and vibey, and all that. This year, security guards, concrete blocks, and security guards. So you're not parking anywhere. Like, so what am I supposed to do then? Park 20 miles away? Where exactly are you supposed to go? Where are you supposed to go to come and visit Avebury? They don't want you here. They don't want people there. And it's the same with Stonehenge. You get like 20,000 people come to see Stonehenge, and it's like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. They want you there because it's like £20 a car, please. £20 a car, please. £20 a car, please. 20,000 people at £20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's big money. And yeah, okay, they've got lights. They put lights in the fields for you to park your car and all that. But it's just like, there are so many people go to Stonehenge. To me, it's just like, ugh. So the quiet one is Avebury, because that's actually much nicer vibe. You haven't got like, pissed up sort of idiots who just want to just like, cause trouble. Avebury's where the nice people go. But guess what? It's like, no, we don't want you here. No, stay away. We don't want you.
Where is that, Matt?
Go down to Stonehenge and pay your 20 quid and park down there. Yeah, just go away. They make it so frigging hard. I mean, locals, what they'll do, like I've done in the past, is I would drive people in the car and drop them off there, and then drive like 3 or 4 miles out, and have to walk walk it back in, like, to kind of to deal with that, because you can't park anywhere near the place. It's bloody ridiculous. And the council, they've got this attitude like, no, we don't want you. No, stay away, get away. You don't want you. It's like it's just a joke. Absolute bloody joke.
Where is it, Matt? That place? Is it down
Avebury?
Yeah, is it down near Stonehenge?
It is. It's not far from Stonehenge. It's about probably 10 miles from Stonehenge, something like that, maybe 10, 12 miles.
Yeah.
And I have literally been in Avebury, and there's been people like fire juggling, and people there, and it's all really nice atmosphere. And then sorry, my language, right? Bloody police helicopter comes overhead, shining the light, shining the light around, and everybody's like, "What what's all this? What are we doing wrong?" And in the morning, the police come round in force. They're like, "Come on now, go home now, go on now. You've had your fun. Go now, go." And they're like that, pushing people out, like, It's like, no, they don't want you there in the morning. It's like, go on, go. It's like, honestly, this country, fucking government.
They say it's a free country and all that, but you got to obey every single thing. If not, they penalise you, fine you this and fine you that, and crazy.
And then, police wandering around, like, and they can smell cannabis, and they'll just go and they'll just grab somebody and just search them in front of everybody, and then go, "Oh, some cannabis, right? You're arrested," and off you go. Shit like that, and it's just like rubbish, honestly.
Yeah. It's a bit weird, like you say, do this, do that. Like, I got parking clamped for not paying my tax. I forgot all about it, so yeah, it's my mistake. But on the form it says what you got to do to get rid of this clamp is phone up and pay for the removal. They don't say it's a fine. They don't say it's a penalty, because it's to remove the clamp. And if you get taxed, it's got nothing to do with the clampers. So I got the car taxed, and I thought, right, I've done it once before, I'll do it again now. Pick the lock, took the lock off, and I've had a crash since, and obviously I can't take it back. It's down there still.
You should charge them for storage.
I was going to do that, but it's only 90 quid, that and the lock itself. One of these locks it came with. So there's no point. Like I say, they can have it back if they want it back. But they've got me address, they've got me car details and stuff.
I think I know where you're coming from there, mate. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, that didn't last very long.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just curious why they're not contacting me, sent me a letter asking where the lock is or anything like that. Obviously, I didn't need help to take it off, so they can't charge me for taking it off. So if they want the lock back and the clamp back, they can do. Come and get it. So yeah, crazy. But like you say, it's just a service they're offering you to take this off. Yeah.
It's like, no, I'll do it myself. I don't need your removal service. I'll remove it, and then you can. I'll store it for you at my storage fee, and I will charge you for the privilege of storing it. And when you need to have it, I will also charge you the delivery for me to actually hand it back to you. And if you don't pay the first fee, you're not having it handed back to you either. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's complete and utter bullshit in this country. But luckily, right, we are very lucky because there was a real spate of companies going around trying to use like a loophole. And what they were doing is they were just putting clamps on your car or towing your car away, and then they had to inform the police that they'd done it. So if you rang the police and said my car's been stolen, the police would go, well, actually, it hasn't been stolen. It's been taken by a company. You go, well, I don't know that. And they go, well, you wouldn't know that, but they've told us that they've taken it. And I'm like, well, how to get my car back? And it's like ransom, because
Yeah.
the cars weren't illegally parked. I parked on a street, right? And they said I was parked on somebody's land, and they took my car, and it was £300 to get that back. And it was like £300, or you're not getting your car back. And it was daylight robbery. Now that's been made illegal now. The only people who are allowed to tow your cars are the council, and the only people who are allowed to clamp your cars are the police and the council, right? But I mean, we had several years of really nasty gangs, criminal gangs, going around, taking your cars off the street. They might as well just taken the car and just stripped it. Because I mean, it was one stage away from what a lot of criminal gangs do anyway. And you know what they do. Well, you've probably experienced it, nerd. They just take your car and they just strip it.
Yeah.
So it was literally like Dinkum says, road pirates. It is absolutely unbelievable. And I saw some of them, and they were just scum, and they were laughing at me as I give them to the money. They're going, ha 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 ha. They're laughing at me. Like, fucking, what are you going to do about it?
Definitely.
What I should have done is like pump action fucking shotgun. I said, well, thank you. Can I have my money back? Like bang, bang, bang. I'll have my money back now. Thank you very much. But yeah, just joking, folks. For the spurgy types who don't have a fucking sense of humor. Yeah.
Robert, you can come up in the screen if you want. I've pinned the thing so you can jump up. So you can, yeah. Basically, he does a live stream every Friday, and I find it really funny. They're just having a laugh, having a joke, and having a really great time. Basically, it's a group of metal detectors, and have a live stream. Have a panel
I
like
thought that was it. I thought I was him holding his cock, having a piss there in his icon, but
no.
Oh no! Oh well, it's much more
Yeah.
sensible. I was going to say, get him on. If he gets his cock out and has a piss like on YouTube videos, then we need to speak to him. It's very important.
Yeah, it's coming up in a couple of minutes, he's saying.
Yeah, as is just metal detecting. Well,
no, it's pretty cool what they find though. It's not just coins or stuff like that. It's interesting stuff, yeah. And which different coins and which era and dates from and stuff like that. He said he's got to come up.
I'm surprised these like metal detector people haven't got onto like radar scanning, and see whether they can spot like big things underground, because that's got to be the next thing. It seems to be the domain of just like universities and surveyors and things like that with this sort of equipment. I mean, metal detectors are quite cheap, aren't they? But people have still found big holes with them. But I wonder, like, if they had bigger equipment, whether they'd find bigger holes. Yeah.
Suppose if you have something like that, what the university have in the ground radar things, what they push across from the cart, that's just find things further down. So I suppose it depends how far you want to dig. You know what I mean? And they go and get permission on the people's land before they do it. So obviously they could go there if they had the big stuff in and say, yeah, I suppose they'd let him.
Yeah.
But it's just like costs and stuff like that. That's why universities can afford it and stuff like that, and us peasants can't.
ALW should come up and have a chat about it, because if you're saying what you're saying there, if you use a cable scanner and it literally maps the ground, well, I'm sure that would be interesting to people who are doing that sort of stuff, you know. LiDAR, yeah.
Yeah, stick LiDAR on your drone.
LiDAR, and it's radar. What they send radar down into the ground, and it kind of penetrates the ground. So that's, yeah.
Right, I'm going to introduce our next guest. It's a fresh face on the show. It's Robert. It's cool. You right, mate?
How are you doing, guys? How are you all doing? How's your night going?
Yeah, not too bad, man.
Just go to put you on the big screen so you can tell everyone your channel and what you're doing, your live streams and stuff.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yes. Welcome, chat, everybody in the chat. I hope you're all having a great week anyway. My name is Robert McCollins, and what I do, I'm a metal detectorist. I go out finding the lost treasures. I also like my adventures, so I need to speak to Urban about that. But yeah, I go out finding the lost treasure, especially history. It all gets handed into the finds liaison officer, which we, like the process through the museum and what so. Because obviously, you find anything that's mega old, you can't keep it because it's got to go through the process. But yeah, we do a Friday night live, which is a good laugh. All that is, it's not all about metal detecting. It's Friday night. You finish your week work. You know what I mean? So it's Friday night. Grab a beer, have a laugh, have a giggle. A few prizes give away. Jobs are good, and respect, guys.
Yeah, I like how you did your competition, the racing. How do you do that?
Oh, yeah, the duck racing and all that. All it is it's an online thing. It's free, but unless you want, like, obviously, if you've got 100 watching, you need to pay for it. There is a thing you pay for to get 100 races, like 100 ducks, basically. So all you do is just get it from the YouTube actual thing, copy paste, slap it into the game, bang, jobs are good, and there you go, mate.
Cool, that's excellent. That I had me piss myself rolling around on the floor. Never seen that before. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Used to do the card one, didn't you? The what? Oh, Brucey one. What?
Yeah, play
Family
your cards.
Fortune. Yeah, play your cards. Right, that's it. Yeah.
So got the name. They're still here. That'll be coming back soon. That'll be coming back. I've been trying to work on more of catchphrase, but I need a better way of doing that. So I'm still working on that catchphrase. So
yeah, it's not easy, is it? I've been thinking of ones to come up and have ideas and stuff like that. I've got one. I'm going to call it the safe cracker. Basically, I've got a safe there, and I'm going to throw 50 quid in it, and there's got to be clues in a certain. There's got to be certain days I'm going to do it on, like maybe once a month or something, or might be every week, depending whatever. But on certain videos, there will be obviously numbers or dates or years or something, and numbers in the video somewhere, and you got to work out which numbers in the video and which one will open a safe.
Yeah.
So do you get me? And I want to interact with that with everyone in the audience. So I need to get a mobile phone. I'm going to get a mobile phone so that people can phone us up and try and win it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if no one wins it that week, it rolls on to next week. And obviously the next week, if there's no numbers in the video next week or no dates or nothing like that in the next week, it'll just roll on from last week's numbers. Do you get me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
If it's a new video, it's got to refresh the code then. So it's just like, if you can crack the code, you win the money. And if no one wins it, a tenner goes in every week, or I'm not saying a tenner, but just for exaggeration. You know what I mean? To explain.
Well, there's another one I'm thinking of doing as well. It's similar to that one, my mate. I'm thinking of doing this. Obviously, you've got your cash box, and it's the key. I'm going to have you'll have the real key that opens it, and I'll have on a board behind me about 100 keys, blah, blah, blah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
So with so whoever wins the duck race or the number game, say, they can pick a the key, and if it opens it, they win. If it don't, unlucky, it rolls on to next week. It goes, up and up and up.
Yeah, definitely.
As you can see, there's nothing wrong with this bloody dog. Look, I got a piece of cheese, and she's like, boosh.
Yeah,
suddenly feeling a lot better. Like, yeah, you're feeling a lot better now, and you're with us.
She likes it, Elsa. Yeah.
What it is, she knew. She was looking at the size of the cheeseburgers on the size of your head, and she was like, she came up then. She was like, that guy's got cheeseburgers on his head.
Yeah, that's the one, mate.
Yeah,
that's the one. Look.
Yeah.
But I've also got that there, but I just don't have it plugged in just as yet. Because I've been playing games and that, I take that off. And
you've got another channel as well, haven't you?
I have, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say what that one's about.
Yeah, that's it. It's totally different to Metal Detecting anyway, guys. It's all about police corruption. So it's all about the corruption in the police force. We go and audit the police stations and stuff about the corrupt police officers. We don't go there to like stop them from doing the job or out like that. If there's a story in a local town or whatever, it's like in Manchester where I'm from, Rochdale I'm from, Greater Manchester. It's full of the grooming scandal and stuff like that. So we'll hit the police stations and talk about that. And if they interact with us, we'll interact with them, basically. And the police have no power to stop us doing that because we can film from public. So
have they ever come round your house and given you hassle like they do with some of the auditors? And some people I know who've like gone after the police for things, and they just turn up in mob-handed.
No, they've never done that to me. But I know a few, like you say, it has happened where they've targeted them, they've took Reggies, they've followed them, you know what I mean? But you're talking like the more high-profile YouTubers of the auditing community that they've took target to because getting that information out there, so.
Hi,
like
John.
AB, is it AB?
Oh, man.
Yeah, AB.
Yeah.
I know it's AB. Yeah,
it's funny because Auditing Britain has gone to a few places that I've done, and I've been thinking he's watched my videos because he's gone to. I think he's gone to Porton Down. I think he's gone to Rudlow Manor, and I think he went to that MI5 base down in Portsmouth. The MI5 or MI6 training base, which is next to a golf course, and it's right next to the sea. And he's gone there, and I'm just like, yeah. And I think he commented on one of our videos. So I swear he watches our videos. I've watched some of his. And I'm like,
DJ Audits.
Oh, DJ, I tell you what, he's an upcoming star, him.
Yeah, he was on your channel the other week, Matt, in the comments.
DJ and I've met DJ, he's a brilliant lad, is DJ. And
Auditing Britain is he's like he sounds like as if he's Italian or something, or like but
sometimes no, well, he's not English, if you know what I mean, but he's lived there, you know what I mean. I think he was brought up here, but DJ and audits as well. He knows that much about the law. He has them turned over, and it's same with another guy, Reggie Forters. Go and watch him if you want a bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so funny, Reggie Forters.
He is.
Oh, he's funny. You know what I mean? If you want a bit of comedy, it's like me. I'm new to the game, so I've not really put many videos out on mine. You know what I mean? So I'm still trying to learn how the better boys do it. You know what I mean? So, but I believe in it all what they do. I believe in as well not going to the police station just to harass the officers. You know what I mean? Speak nice. You don't have to call them a sausage, or you don't have to. You know what I mean? Just be normal, be nice. Just that interaction gets the public's attention anyway. Do
you know what? I'm a believer in what these people do, even though I wouldn't like to necessarily do it myself. And the reason I'm a believer in it is because I've experienced, like a lot of these people, I reckon they've had experiences themselves in their lives in the past where they've seen what the police do, and they've got tactics. The police have tactics. When they get you in a cell how they screw with you, how they waste your time, how they keep you there as long as they can. They let you go when the buses are stopped and the taxis are stopped. You know, they do all these sorts of tricks. Yeah. And this is why I think, like, yeah, why not? Why not hold them to account? Because one thing I always wanted to do, which is, again, I probably never will get around to doing it because my card has been so marked in various ways, but I would love to see people in unmarked cars going around following police cars and going speeding. Yeah. Look at this now. Oh, look at him. He's bad turn there, and just recording all their bad driving habits, because they are fucking pricks. The police, excuse my language, they are pricks. They tell you how to drive your car. Have a look how they drive their cars, right? And they'll always make up some sort of excuse about, oh, yeah, but I had a reason why I was doing, because it was an emergency. You don't know what we were doing. Is more than you know, as well, blah, 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 reasons, you know. But I swear, I think this would make an amazing television program, right? But you know why they won't do it? You know why they won't do it? Because all the TV programs they do are about, this is how the police are powerful. This is how they screw the public over.
Yeah.
This is how the public are not powerful, and this is about why you shouldn't break the law, because we're coming to get you. And it's all about showing you how you're weak whilst they're powerful. I say flip that, right, and get a television crew to follow the police and show them bang, 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 bang. Here's where you're speeding, breaking the law, doing illegal turns, driving badly, driving without due care and attention, using a mobile phone when driving. Everything they tell you you're not allowed to do, they do.
They
right?
do, yeah. They do.
Catch them, expose them, get them sacked, yeah? Because I tell you what, they ruin people's lives. The police, with their bullshit, they ruin people's lives. And the number one way they get people is through driving. It's the easiest way, because it's their word versus yours, and they can say you did anything.
Yeah. Exactly, and
I would tune into a program like that. I think it would beat any program that's ever been on television about police. I think it would beat a lot of them. But you know why they won't do it? Because they're all suck ups, and television companies are all suck ups, and they would have their, we're going to pull your license from you broadcasting if you do a program like that. But they're quite happy to do it the other way around, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can I just say
people?
Can I just say two things? I'm off to the toilet, and hello, Mr. John. Welcome in.
Hello there, Mr. Legend.
Which are not mutually exclusive, by the way.
Well, you never know. Here we go. Hang on. Hello.
He will be happy to see you whilst he's on the toilet, John. There we are.
You know that way you're just talking about the secret vault, mate. That'd make a good YouTuber. You know, a YouTuber to do that, because they can't take no rights away. They can't take no, because you're an independent journalist. You see what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? Independent journalist, and that's the reason, like you say, what the police do, like that. So driving, doing that because we're in an emergency, blah blah blah, and that's another reason why the public hate the police.
Yeah, I mean, I've been stitched up over the years, mate. I've been stitched up. Followed in my car. They said I wasn't wearing a safety belt. They followed me for about 30 miles, right? Said I wasn't wearing a safety belt, but they were like miles away. And then when they finally did me, and they were like, what's your name? And I said, you know who I am, because you've been following me from a military base for like ages. And a 6-month ban for that, because I was like, no, I had my safety belt on. Oh, no, you didn't. And it was like black was white and white was black, and they were not where I said they were. They were not following me. They saw me drive in front of them like that, right in front of them. So it's like black is white, white is black. Police are fucking corrupt. I've seen it. If people have not experienced it, I'm really glad for you. But when you do experience it, when they've got your card marked, you're fucked.
Exactly. And that's why, like I say, I only got into the auditing side. Thank you, Roxanne. I only got into auditing myself is for the simple fact is of my own town being corrupt by the government and the police with this grooming scandal. You know what I mean? They're saying you've seen the 3 girls. It were a program on BBC. They were saying there were 19 children. They weren't. They were lying. There were 56 children, and it's still going on now. You know what I mean? There's something come out in the wash today that one of the leaders of it worked for a welfare scheme in Oldham. You know what I mean? In the government. So that got swept under the carpet. It's only come out. It's only just come out.
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, and how children get like really quickly snapped up into like social services, and then they get given to like families. And I mean, yeah, some of these families, I mean, they're bloody weird to look at, let alone give your kids to. Like, you know what I mean? Like some of these people who are considered to be safe to foster children, I would be like, you've got to be pretty bloody mental to kind of think that they're safe to foster children, you know.
Yeah, Roxanne, I'm not from Blackburn. I'm Rochdale way. I've got a slight Yorkshire accent because my mum's Yorkshire, but my dad's Salford lad. So I'm in between. I'm in Rochdale, so it's Greater Manchester way, and then just near Yorkshire. So I'm in Greater Manchester way.
Yeah, you wanted to meet up with us. I don't know if you know or not. I had an accident with my car the other week. So, yeah, I was a little bit gutted over that. I was going to suggest meeting up at Ollingworth Lake.
It's only up road from me.
You're not all around the corner from you, yeah?
Just up road, mate, 5 minutes. I've got a car if you need pick-up, if you need a lift, bud.
Yeah. Like you say, after this, I'll give you my phone number. It'd be easy to give it you that way, face to face. So I'm glad you came up tonight and stuff.
Yeah,
so excellent.
Definitely. I've been asking Yana. I said I'd love to come and do some urban detecting. Me, I tell you, I love it. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
I watch a few of your channels. You know what I mean? Especially Secret Vaults when they went on that. You went on that dinghy through all them tunnels and that.
Yeah,
I'd love that. I'd love that. That'd be mint. That
it would.
Yeah, it was a good laugh. Yeah, there's some stories coming out. I mean, like Jesus, Tony Marshall saying he ended up in his cells and they put a mattress up against him and started hitting him through the mattress.
Yeah, that's so they
Bloody
don't bruise.
hell.
The bruises don't come through. That's what they do. They craft it.
But this stuff's not supposed to go on. See, like, I mean, I always remember. I tell people, like, there was a police station at the bottom of my street when I lived in Tom Pentre in Wales, and somebody died in that cell, one of the cells down there, and the heat was turned off. And they died of hypothermia. They were beaten up by the police and put in a cell that had no heat in it, and they died of hypothermia. And no police officer ever got done for that, or nothing was done about it. And that happened just like 20 doors away from where I used to live.
Oh, it's terrible. Honestly, it's terrible. It's like I've seen a video in Rochdale Town Centre from today at the tram stop. There were 2 police officers on this guy. He were face down already. His arms were behind his back. They got his arms behind his back, and there's one copper just punching him right in the side like that. They've got him under control. There's no need for the fist, man. You know what I mean? But the point is that
should have if you could have filmed it, mate. I mean, that would have probably made the news, because that's like, you know, that's like stuff that goes on in the States, isn't it? I mean, like putting knees on necks until people are choked and they go in, I can't breathe. They're like, don't matter. We don't need you to breathe. Either way, we're all right. You know?
Exactly. It's like a lot of these younger police officers that are coming through the ranks. They don't know the laws themselves. They're not even taught the laws properly. And because they've got that uniform on, that's power. That's when they abuse their powers, and that's it. You know what I mean? And it should be totally different to that.
I think a lot of people's had dealings with the police, and yeah, some people say, oh, no, they're friendly and all that, but they're not the ones that seen the true side of what happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. They try and pin anything on you. And like, they came through the door here, smashed my door in one day, looking for firearms, load of bullshit. Never found out. But they were looking through every little piece of paper and this and that. And I said, what are you here for? Firearms. I said, why are you looking through paper then? You know what I mean? What are you doing that for?
No, you know why they do that?
I said, if I've got firearms, I said, I go outside in my garden there and lift up that manhole cover, because 1, it's public access, and 2, you can't pin anything on me in there if it's on my property, because it's open to the public. So if I did have a firearm, it would be in there. So go and lift the grid. Go on. Never did.
No.
Because
No,
it's not. That's not. They like to show you that they're not interested in what you've got to say, even though you just said to them, "That's how I would do it," and they're like, "Ha ha ha! Yeah, but it doesn't matter because we're here to just bang doors in, and that's all we're here for." And you go, "Yeah, but hang on, I might be hiding something behind that wardrobe," and they go, "Yeah, all right, mate. See you later. Sorry about the door. Bye." And they're like that because they're not real. They're not fucking real human beings. They're actual caricatures of humanity. They're idiots, a lot of them, right? I mean, I've got to be careful what I say. My next neighbour's a policewoman, but the thing is, there are a lot of idiots working in the police force. I mean, you know, and they don't treat humans like, you know, as individuals. They're just like, no, you're an object. We can just treat you like an object. And if something goes wrong, we'll just cover it up, and we'll all just like write each other's, you know, books to say this is what happened, and that, you know, and we get away with it. And we'll stick up for each other.
I agree with that, what Tony said there. They're not all bad, just the odd one.
No,
you know, I agree with that. They're not all bad. You just get the odd corrupt ones that in there, and then it causes a group of the corrupt ones. They all group together. You see the corruption in them. That's all that happens. But then you get your good ones that go out and actually do the job properly. You know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the good coppers rise up the ranks, don't they? And the idiots stay down at the bottom. But it's the idiots you deal with a lot of the time. And then when the case gets handed to somebody who's got a brain, they go, "This shouldn't be here," and they let you go. But it's the idiots who brought you in.
Yeah. Like you know what I mean? When they raided my house, like you say, there's a young PC woman there, and she comes over running out to the guy outside who's in charge. I says, "There's a big TV in the house," and she says, "But the box is there as well." I said, "Yeah, if I do, I just check the serial number as well, because people can nick TVs with boxes as well. So it might have been off the back of a wagon. Just run that through the PNC." The smile went off her face and turned around, walked straight in.
Yeah.
But she's just like, "Oh, I doing good, Sarge. Oh, he's got a big TV and can tell you." And so what?
The reason they're looking through your paperwork and all that is because they're hoping they'll find something. They'll find some drugs or they'll find something, and then they've got a reason to be in there, even though the original reason for being in there was false or faulty. Yeah. If they can find something else, then it justifies them being there. So then they forget about the original reason they were there, and now it's like, "Oh no, this is the reason we're here because we found this." It's like, yeah, but you shouldn't be in there in the first place.
Yeah.
That's how they play the games. It's called fishing. They go fishing. They're just fishing for anything they can, you know?
Basically, when they came round to kick my door in, I just left to go somewhere else. And I just seen them all like coming down with a big stick with a circle on it. So I knew that was for my dog because it's a big thing like that. So I got on the phone to the police. I said, "Yeah, what are you doing?" Phone 999. What do you mean? I said, "What are you doing at my door?" "Oh, go back. I said, "Why? I've done nothing wrong. If you don't go back, we'll kick the door in." I said, "Well, if you do that, you'll have to pay for it." And obviously that's why they went in, searched the house, see if they could find any little thing, even a little spliff. If they find a spliff or, like say, anything like that, they don't have to pay for your door. But yeah, they end up paying for a new door.
I've got a story for you now here. Check this out. This were outside my actual house. I had to come out of my house, down some steps, and right on the main road there were a car there, and it were at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The door were ajar like that. The window were wound down about that much, and there were a bag on the seat, and it were a game bag, and it had a PS3 inside it, showing. Yeah. Right. So all day I've been to shopping, been back to my house in this car, blah blah blah. I went to the pub after, and it got to 12 o'clock when I come back from the pub, and this car was still the same. And I thought some guy is gonna have that out of there. You know what I mean? Someone's gonna pinch that. So me gets me my coat over my hands, just thinking the car's gonna get robbed because I couldn't lock the car. So I opens the car, takes the PS3, shuts the door, winds the window up, goes upstairs into my house with the PS3, and I puts a note on the door that the PS3 is up there. My door got booted in. Yeah, saying that I were on suspicion of theft. Right, so they searched my house, and a PS3 that I had in my house, which I bought off somebody, yeah, they tried blaming me that got robbed from Bolton, yeah, in an house robbery. And they told me how they did it. The house got robbed in a wheelbarrow with a quilt, with the telly, all the computers, everything in it. I said, I've never been found with in my life, pal. You know what I mean? They tried getting me done on it for theft. And I says, but they went, why did you use your coat over there? I said, because the estate I live near, this car would have been gone. If I wouldn't have done what I've done, this car would have been gone, that would have been gone. But I left a note saying the PS3's up in my house. They tried doing me for theft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning, turned up with a big red key. They didn't use it. They banged on first, but we opened it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got nothing to hide, have you?
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's how crazy. And I said, you got anything better to do than bug a car? Because they showed me the cameras that they had in the car and me doing that, opening it, getting the PS3 out, shutting the door, well, winding the window up, shutting the door, and going back up to my house. I was trying to save somebody money there in the car, not getting robbed.
Definitely.
So we've not got no better to do than bug cars and leave them on the street corners. You can just pick someone up like that.
So it's a bait car, basically.
Yeah, it's a fucking bait car. Excuse me, it's illegal, isn't it, to do a bait car?
Yeah.
I didn't think they did them over here.
Yeah. Crafty, honestly, we're crafty. I couldn't believe it, me. I were in the cells for about, I think I got out about tea time. It was 6 o'clock in the morning when they tried, when they raided me.
Is he a Dodge de Bordeaux or something, isn't he? The type of dog in that?
Supposed to be. I think he's called a menace dog.
The
Just keeps minding, look.
The slobber master. He's like, Daddy, I love you. Be a fuss of me, Daddy. Be a fuss of me.
Give us a kiss. Look at him.
Give me a fuss now, Daddy. Hug me. I want to be hugged.
Big old thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another thing I've noticed about the police, right? I mean, in general, the police can be all right, but you're best off not speaking to them a lot of the time because they will listen to what you're saying and they'll just extract from it whatever they want to make you seem like you've just said something wrong. So you could be saying, like, I went down to the seaside with my dog, and they'll be going, oh, right, so you were down, what were you down at the seaside for then? Oh, I was just having a day out. Oh, so have you got any proof of why you were there? Who were you seeing down at the seaside? And it's just like, suddenly, you're fucking criminalizing a day to the, can you prove why you were there? And it's like, Jesus Christ, So what they tend to do, this is what I've noticed, is if you are not suspected of anything, they talk to you really nicely. Yeah. But the moment you get suspected of somebody, they like flip like a psychopath or a schizophrenic. They flip, and suddenly like. So like when you're not a criminal, it's like, oh, hello, yes, and then it's like, oh, hang on, I think you just slipped into being a criminal. Oh, you will do what you're told. And they're like that, and they suddenly like flick into this like psycho mode, where they're no longer human beings. They're treating you like shit.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what they do to the auditors when they're outside the police station auditing. They try and get them done for a Section 43, which is a terrorism act. Yeah. Well, why do you expect me as a terrorism? Because I've got a camera. Have you heard of PINAC, which is photography is not a crime? That's a new ruling that come out as your boss not had the memo sent over because you need to go and check that photography is not a crime in a public place. And they hate that then because they can't pin that Section 43 on you. But if they arrest you on a Section 43, you can get them done like that. Boosh. For suspecting you're a terrorist. You know what I mean? That's how they do it. And because you know the law more than them, that's like you said, when they get aggressive then, and then that's when they go, right, Section 43, let me strip, like you're getting searched now. You know what I mean? Well, you do that, it's an offence against you. So do it.
I mean, I've been exploring. That's right.
Can I just say, to whoever's tried to come up in the live chat, that doesn't work like that. You can only come up if you're invited, if I know your channel, if I've spoke to you and stuff like that. So if your name's not on the list,
if you've got a webcam.
Yeah,
Because
a
otherwise
webcam as
you'd be,
well.
yeah.
Could be
Yeah,
anyone.
definitely.
Yeah, make sure they show the face in background as well, but because there's a lot of porn bombers going round at the minute. A lot.
Oh, exactly. Basically, I only let people on who know what I've been on their channel and seen the faces and stuff like that. And obviously, you can't fake other people's faces. Well, you could, but
Yeah.
is it worth it?
Well,
For
some
the
people normally, it's like in the auditing community, what they normally do now is tell them if they've got the camera on, because they do a recording of the person that they're mimicking. They do a recording, so they could be sat here like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what they're saying now, because they've had it bad time over there with porn bombers, so they're saying like just touch your nose or whatever, and then if they do that, bring them on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's one way of doing it as well. Like you say, there's ways of copying someone and stuff like that. But is it really worth it? Because they only get a couple of seconds, say 1 or 2 words, and removed by the host anyway.
Yeah, it's when it's as when they slap that porn up, bump like that.
Yeah.
YouTube see it straight away, and then they'll shut your stream down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens that quick. It's crazy.
I do believe in, like, when you have an interaction with the police, you should really record it. And if they go like, "Oh no, you have to shut that down," I say, "Well, you got your camera recording," and they go, "Yeah, but that's for your safety." And I go, "Well, that's for my safety, because the last time I requested body cam footage when I knew you were in the wrong, you guys said, yeah, delayed it for 2 years, and then went, oh, we've lost the footage now. Sorry, accidentally deleted the footage." And it's like, so I'll just record it to make sure you don't make mistakes, because you do make quite a few. So let's just leave it to that, innit? Yeah.
So what you've been up to, John?
Sorry, John.
No, what have I been up to? I've been working, mate. I've got some a few explores to put up. That's about it. And then about a week or so's time, I'm out on an explore with a few people. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. That'll be good. Yeah. Finally get to meet a few people.
Have you been putting many videos out?
No, I haven't. I've just been busy with other things. The ones I'm going to put out are not normal. They're not normal explores. It's just where I went, so I'll just put it out. But some people just will never get there or haven't been there, so it's good for them to see, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. I've done a few of them myself, like Reggie's Fail. Know what I mean? Went down there and filmed that, the fire ducts, when there's a bit of work going on there and stuff like that. Because a lot of people never see local places, even though they are local.
Oh, it's good. I mean, I've done a few pub ones, which I think you may or may not know. And there's a few people who have emailed me and said, "Oh, yeah, I know about that. I've been there," or "Oh, I remember that." So it's quite good. It's really good to hear that, you know, that people are looking and going, "Oh, yeah, I used to drink in there," or, you know, "I know someone who owned it," and these are legitimate people, and they're in here sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good interaction as well.
That's why Jason, sorry, I said his name. He doesn't like me saying that. Urban Collective, said he likes doing pubs because basically when you leave the name and stuff like that, people say, "Oh, you used to drink in there." Leaves loads of comments because it brings back memories of the places like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's so many now. Obviously, not just because of COVID, but there's so many pubs now which are either left or they're just going to get demolished very quickly. Like there's one I did a good few weeks ago now. It's on my channel. It's now all boarded up properly. It's going to be demolished very shortly. So I got in there just in time, and that's been left for like 7 or 8 years.
See him in the bottom corner, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's how we don't accept people like that coming up like that, having
So mods needs to get on that in chat as well.
You got a troll in the chat as well. Happy days. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're on it in chat as well. Look.
Let's get rid of that. Get kicked from studio.
Yes, other than that, but I haven't really done too much, to be blatantly honest with you. I like to say I have, but I just haven't had time, you know. But I've got a few, and I've found some footage that I thought I'd lost, so that's going to be quite nice.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
It's always good to do that.
Yeah, I've got I did an abandoned zoo with Flex and Twig last year, maybe the year before, but it's now reopened as a zoo, but different name. And I went there and basically filmed it how it is now. So I'm gonna mess around with it all and see if I can get it like how it was, how it now is.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, I managed to speak to some people there as well, and they were quite happy about that. They were like, "Oh wow," because it's like a family-run business now, so that's quite good. Once I've put it out, I'm going to contact them again and say, like, "Do you mind if I come back in and hopefully get some more info with them?" You know, because it's good for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'd like to? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, mate. No, you're all right. Go on, you carry on, bud.
Do you know what I'd like to see, right? Because I know they could do it and it wouldn't be hard, right? Is whoever leaves a comment on YouTube, their IP number comes up as well.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
He changes his name again now.
They can do it, but they won't. And you know why they won't? Because they like to keep it all secret.
Yeah, they like to know who it is, but they don't want you knowing who it is. But the thing is, if it was the same IP, you could just go, nope. You just get rid of them. You know who they're coming. You know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So don't. If you do like, is it like if you mask your IP though? YouTube don't always like it. I found. Like if you use a VPN, they don't always like it. But again, there's ways. I mean, different browsers allow you to get around that as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, they should know all the IP ranges that are coming from VPNs, and they should say no, you can't come in. And the thing is, as well, I would be in favor. I'd be totally in favor of, like, for Facebook and YouTube, right? You have to provide some sort of ID, right? So they know who you are. Yeah,
definitely.
And if you don't provide ID, then why do you want to be on there? What's the purpose of you being on there? Because you're only wanted to cause some sort of shit or do something dodgy and underhand. Everyone knows my name, you know, and it's like, I'd be quite happy to provide ID to use YouTube if it stops wankers from trying to fucking screw around. I think that'd be perfectly acceptable because it would stop a lot of bullshit, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What I don't get is on YouTube though, you can have 2 accounts.
25 accounts. 25 actually.
But
yeah.
you can have
25.
You can have
25.
You can change your name. You can change your name to. So like I could set up an account, sort it out. As soon as I've got it on there, put it up as a secret vault, and no one would know any different as such, unless I started taking the piss. And I proved that myself with 2 accounts, and I've done it myself, and I've gone in on both of them whilst I've been in a chat, and I won't tell you when and how, right? But no one knew any different. They just thought it was just me all the time, and yet I was on 2 different accounts, 2 different emails, so they weren't linked to each other.
I mean, people have created accounts in my name and left horrible comments and stuff, and nobody can tell that it isn't me, you know.
No.
And this is they think this is very funny. And the thing is, YouTube need to literally have a fucking nuclear bomb up their arse, you know, because why they're not dealing with this. Elon Musk put it properly the other day. He said, like, you know, right, Twitter, you're gonna have to verify who you are, right? Because he said 3/4 of the people who are on Twitter are not even human beings; they're frigging robots.
Yeah.
See what Andy's put there.
Yeah, he had to show a credit card to get to Matt's 18+ channel. Well, fair enough.
That could have been a stolen card though as well, couldn't it? But at least they're doing something.
Well, yeah, but it makes it harder, doesn't it? I mean, if once that card becomes unvalidated, then it should be sort of taken down, you know? Yeah. I mean, you know, we got to try and do something in this world, folks. I mean, come on. I can't go in and start a bank account, can I, without a passport, right? Well, why can I go on YouTube and start making threats and chatting shit to people? How can you? Why is it just like it's just like free for all? And yet I'm told what I can and can't do. Like if I get Like I got strikes for like, you know, slight nudity on my channel, right? It's like, no. And it's like, well, all right, then what about no to fake accounts? No to people nicking your name? What about no? Why can't we see what the IP address is? So no to wankers. Why can't we go no? It's YouTube going no to us. But what about us fucking saying fuck you, YouTube? We want some transparency here.
Yeah.
What about some fucking transparency?
YouTube say we're all friendly, family friendly, this and that, yeah. But as soon as someone leaves a comment about your channel to YouTube, they either take the video down, strike you, or do this or do that. Yeah. But when you mention something to the YouTube, like about trolls or anything, they listen to the people, the creators. They don't know. Like
They don't want to know.
Tom was saying up here before, they're just grabbing what they can, basically. But they should listen to the people who are making them money. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and not the people that are watching. Fair enough. They should be able to have some sort of chat with the people who's viewers, and also about the content creators should be able to leave and talk to YouTube a lot more easier. But it doesn't work like that. Got expirations. Nice to see you in, mate. Cool.
Hey, Zach. It is though. It's YouTube and the way they operate. It's become a cesspool, and they just don't acknowledge that. They're just like happy days as long as we're making money from adverts. They're like happy days, and it's like no. I mean, the thing is, governments probably, if YouTube don't clean up their own act, governments are probably going to step in at some point. You know, because it's like
I don't think they will. I don't think they will, Matt. I mean, it's now too big, isn't it? I mean, they'll just fight it and it'll just go on forever in the courts, and lawyers will make money, and that'll be it. They'll never come to a conclusion.
You know, when you consider the amount of aggro that goes on and the fucking hate, and it really you know, it's down to the channel organizers to sort of like clean up this stuff, you know. And you say, well, hang on a minute, who are these people? YouTube will never tell you who these people are. Yeah. So it's like Will was saying, somebody can complain about a video on your channel, poof, bye video. Yeah. You say, well, who was that who complained about that video? What was their justification for it? Oh, we're not telling you that. That's all anonymous. Really? Yeah, so I create content. I spend the time to upload it, and it just goes poof because some fucking anonymous moron wants to be a tit.
Yeah, and they don't tell you the reasons. They don't tell you the reason either. They just say, "Oh, it's a breach of our guidelines" or something stupid like that, and they won't give you any more information. So how are you supposed to know what you've done wrong so you don't do it again in the future?
You've got no idea what you've done wrong.
Ed Eggers just put about, what about YouTube censorship? Well, yeah. I mean, you'll see channels out there and they will spout about whatever they want, don't get banned. We start talking about something and they will quite likely go, oh, no, can't do that. They demonetize you, or they ban that video. It's like, well, hang on, how come they got away with saying that, but we say it? Maybe not in the same terms, but we say it as we see it. And people don't like it. It's like, come on, you got one rule for one rule for the other. Fucking make it across the board. At least we know where we stand then.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a video taken down the other day saying like, oh, I'd spoken about the big C and all that, and it was like, this goes against World Health Organization, blah 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 blah. It's like, hang on a minute, in the United Kingdom right now, we don't have any regulations. I don't give a shit what you're doing in the United States or Australia or Canada or countries that are like fucking full of fascistic bloody rulers, right? No, we don't have any restrictions, and we can talk about what we want to talk about. Yeah, because I would say 90% of everything that's been said actually turned out to be right. What did we say? We should have like no restrictions. We should be out there. We should all be getting it. And natural immunity is better than vaccinations. And they go, no, you can't say that it's better than that because vaccinations are better. No. The British Isles says that catching it is better than a vaccine, which is why we've all been allowed out to catch it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I'm
Matt,
sorry.
have a look in the private comments there.
Yeah, tell me
The
about it.
private
I
chat.
saw that.
Yeah, I've just noticed it then.
Who's that?
That's that lad who came up on the screen, sitting in the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't let him in, how can he leave messages? Didn't know you can do that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
still
can.
leave if you've got the StreamYard thing, you can leave messages.
Yeah.
Because
But it don't go nowhere.
last time, someone said, was it you who said, look in the comments, and I looked, and he said, oh he was bad. The guy himself, I'm bad.
Mm.
And all that crap.
You get them, mate. You get them. Those trolls, man.
That's it. It's live stream, though, because I'm doing a live, and YouTube pushes lives out, and there's a button you can look for just for lives. People are doing live streams, and they just go out and troll them. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's all they do. There's no
yeah.
better to do with their lives. That's what I mean. Just sit there and do that. You know what I mean? Right, guys. I'm gonna have to bounce now. Anyway, guys. So
well, if you just wait 2 minutes, I'll give you my phone number because it's 11 o'clock now.
Right, you've no one backstage, have you?
No.
No, I just said if you've no one backstage now, you can put it in private chat and I'll slap it straight in my phone, mate.
Yeah, can do it that way.
Don't ever do that if there's someone backstage you don't know. That's another rule.
Yeah. Give us 2 seconds anyway, because I'm going to end up because it's 11 o'clock.
Right, no worries. Yeah. I'll nip for a wee then. I'll just go to Lou.
Nice to meet you, mate. I've subscribed to your channel, so.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining in. Please hit the like button and say hello and whatever. And say your goodbyes as well. So you always say don't give you enough time to say goodbye. So
goodbye.
Yeah. Definitely.
Bye then. See you all.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go and have a wank now.
Oh, what enthusiasm you had there. Yeah, bye.
I don't know.
Yeah. Bye.
That was really good.
Night, everyone. Yep, everyone's saying nights and stuff.
I'm gonna have to get the lube boat now.
Oh, not the Vaseline, Matt.
Yeah, cream and cream.
Oh.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe till next time. Bye bye.